Oh, I
Hey.
think you make if you stop sharing the screen, the
Now we got it. It's fine. We're
Okay.
live now, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
What is up, everybody? If you're joining here, you're about to join. Welcome to the stream. We are just doing this early so we can talk about our expectations and stuff. I am joined by Ragaroff, and maybe some other people joining later. We will see. But for right now, I just want to defer over to Ragaroff to open up a little bit about what we want to see and what we actually realistically think we're going to see and why. And then I'll go over there too, because I think the thing starts at like 6:19, so we got like 20 minutes.
All right. So yeah, I mean, what I think we both like to see really would be GT characters. I mean, I'd be happy with like movie characters. That's, I know, the less realistic. More realistic, I would be happy if we saw like Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan Bardock, Dabura, maybe we haven't seen Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black. I'd be okay with any of those. I can't really think of any other characters that are like very safe bets for this game that haven't been revealed yet that I'd really like to see. They kind of showed a lot of the heavy hitters.
Yeah, and the rest of them are like implied. Yeah, Rocky was asking, would this new Dragon Ball game have character creation? Unfortunately, no. Like, the only game that Spike put character creation in was Ultimate Tenkaichi, but that seems to be a thing of the past. All right, Afrosamurai's in. Hold on, I'm going to put him back in.
What's up, yo?
What's up, Afro?
How's it going?
How you guys doing today?
Good. Your mic's a little low, buddy. You got to...
My mic went a little low. I gotta get on my computer probably.
No, you're good now. I think you were... It sounded like you were far away.
It sounded like I was far right.
But, yeah, we were just... we had one comment. Oh, by the way, this is Afro, Rich. This is Rich. This is Ragaroff.
Hey, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
So basically, one of the commenters was asking if this Dragon Ball game is going to have character creation. The answer is no for that. But what we are... Why's Trey in there melting? What's up, Trey? What I wanted to talk about, though, before is, like, Rich was talking about who we expect to see and who we want to see being very different things from this character trailer. And obviously, like, the first thing we're going to jump on is, like, GT or Super Saiyan 4, like, obviously.
Yeah.
But realistically, though, like, Rich was also mentioning something really interesting about, like, that secret pre-order bonus character that, like, they didn't show yet. And I've had my, like, thoughts about that. Like, I think it might be Z Broly.
Oh, you think it might be Z Broly?
I think they actually said it's somebody that hasn't been in the Tenkaichi games yet, though.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was thinking new challenger, Goku Daima.
What if it's like Super Saiyan 3 Z Broly, though, and they're like, well, he hasn't been in a Tenkaichi, he's only been in Raging Blast.
I was thinking, are they counting Raging Blast in that? Yeah, I would be okay with that. I don't have any more Super Saiyan 3s.
Yeah. Cyberrock says, so I wonder if its story would take place around GT. No, it's Z and Super is the story of this game. There's no GT story or Dragon Ball story or movies that we know of yet. There might be special scenarios, though, like they usually do, and Rich and I were talking about before, we think like 2 of the last playable characters out of the 8 playable characters is probably going to be Bardock and future Gohan because they have OVAs.
Yeah.
So that way they can have their own special story nodes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, honestly, bro, I kind of agree. I think that's where the direction is going towards. I honestly think we'll probably, like you were saying about the OVAs, we might see probably another Gogeta, or we might see Rose, Goku, Kid Buu, per se. But we'll see, man. It sounds pretty fun. I can't wait to see. I'm excited for it. I'm loving the Goku parade at this point.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool that like they're doing a trailer and we like, because normally we have the V-Jump scans and we find out who they are, but this time we're going in totally blind.
Yeah, that's crazy. No V-Jump scans is like wild.
They've been doing some interesting stuff. Like I also noticed that like they used to end all the character trailers with that grid at the end, but like the 164 grid that we were all counting. But after Summer Games Fest trailer, they stopped doing the grid. So now it's like, are we getting more than 164 characters? Because they haven't shown the grid again.
It seems like they show the grid or at least usually, not all the time, they show the grid for when it's like purely a character trailer.
Like this.
And then if it's like a story trailer, release date trailer, it's kind of like its own thing.
Exactly.
Well, it's a good point though.
You got a good point, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I agree. Well, from the characters, DLCs, hey, I quote this now. I give it a total of 192 characters, all with concluding DLCs, and we'll probably land off with probably 212 by the end of probably by the end of the last 2 years of ratio.
212 characters by like Infinite World standards, or 212 characters
like
by
Infinite World
Tenkaichi
standards. Yeah, you hit it right on point. Yeah.
So it's like Beerus with drawing on his head, whole other character.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
Yeah, Trey, it is Afro.
I know I saw like one like edited images of like Golden Frieza, and like one was like Golden Frieza Revival F, one was Golden Frieza like Tournament of Power, one was like Golden Frieza like Broly movie or something. I'm like, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna man.
So the one reason that I was talking about, we're gonna have some hope for GT in this, and this is an out there kind of theory that I had, but I was talking to Rich about this earlier also, is that like since they just announced like Baby Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4s and Dragon Ball The Breakers, that game isn't like really like top priority for them. So if they released like some kind of GT characters here just out of the blue, because they just said this is coming out yesterday, maybe they're trying to cross promote with Breakers to get people to actually hype for it, to buy the DLC because they're hyped for having the GT characters and Sparking Zero. I mean, I'm not sure, it's just a shot in the dark, but
hey, man, shout out to NFT.
What do you guys think about that?
Bro, I agree, bro. Shout out to NFT,
possible.
man. It's possible.
I guess it's just hard to say because we haven't seen much like cross promoting with other Dragon Ball games yet with Sparking Zero.
Yeah, but that all comes from up high. That's all publisher and stuff. That's not developer stuff. So literally, they could have had plans to like not announce GT till like the end of 2025 or whatever. But then they're like, hey, this is not going to sell, so we need to cross promote. We're getting a lot more pressure put on us from this. What's up, Shad? Then you know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not honestly gonna lie. Like, I know this sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. Don't quote me on this, but honestly, I'm glad that they're like pushing back GT. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad they're pushing it back. I think it's a great idea to fully utilize the mechanics and the machinery of the game first, and making sure that we get some quotes first on the game before actually diving and deeping into GT, because I think GT can be very emotional to some guys who are like Dragon Ball Z fans. If they add story, yeah, like if the story's not hidden and like things are not like accurate to the GT and how it was promoted when it came out, and how it was for the guys when they were young in the early 2000s, that's a great shot down in their algorithm. So yeah, I mean, I watched GT in like 1996, so it was like even before the 2000s. I'm old as hell.
I kind of knew of GT before like it came into America, but like I didn't really like totally get it, like what it was.
Well, that's good. Well, you're 10 years younger than me, right, Rich? So like, I mean, like 7. Yeah, like 7. So you're like in the Toonami era, right? Of like WB Toonami era. Yeah. Because like that I watched Dragon Ball from like getting my tapes, like the actual Japanese tapes, like when I was like in the 80s. So like that's how I watched it. So GT was just like a natural continuation for me. But I was surprised when I didn't really like it that much at first either, because like I've told you about this before, the first couple of sagas before Baby kind of blow. Oh yeah, that saga before Baby, I will actually say maybe the worst. Like the Papara brothers and like Lud and all them. Yeah, the only thing I care about from that is Legic. Yeah, Legic is kind of cool. Rildo, Legic, kind of cool. I associate Rildo with the Baby stuff anyway. Yeah, true. It's like Super 17 with the Shadow Dragons. It's just like the precursor. Yeah. Yeah. And then Corpse King says, I want GT so badly, probably an unpopular opinion, but I kind of like GT more than Super. I think it depends on the age. That's actually not a very unpopular opinion. I also think it's based on the age too, because a lot of people that like watched Dragon Ball GT when we wanted it. No, Blaze, you haven't. It's that like we love it, but like Wasn't always so either. GT was like super unpopular for a long time, and I still liked it. I mean, there was a time where I didn't like it, but yeah.
Yeah, GT was like very underrated back in the day.
I always saw people back in the day, like when they were starting to put GT and like the Budokai game stuff, I would always see some people kind of piss and moan about it, but like it was definitely not that much. It definitely became really brutal like during kind of the like the PS3 360 era, I feel like.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Afro.
No, I think you should continue, bro. But I agree, man. I think you're absolutely right, bro. To me personally, I think like the GT era kind of like got taken off during the PS3, a little bit of the PS4 era, until we got into that Xenoverse atmosphere. So yeah, like just once again, man, it's just all a marketing plan. I just think they just want to make sure that they give the fans what they truly want, and also, with that being said,
yeah, I mean it's been missing sorely. Like so, of Spike's last 3 games, well, technically 4 because of Zenkai Battle Royale in Japan, but they only added Omega Shenron and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to Ultimate Tenkaichi. They were completely missing from Raging Blast 1 and Raging Blast 2 and almost Ultimate Tenkaichi. And I think even Zenkai Battle Royale doesn't have GT characters, right?
I don't think it has any GT characters.
It's just Z and Super. So, and that's this developer. That's Spike Chunsoft. So that's what gets me a little nervous. Like Dimps, I'm not really nervous because they always put it in.
Dimps seems to like GT.
Yeah.
Or like.
That's so
I always kind of thought that Dimps like GT more. Spike likes the movies more.
Well, yeah, because Raging Blast 2 out of the movies, but even Raging Blast 1 only had like a couple movie
like
characters,
Broly
right?
And Bardock.
Broly and Bardock, yeah.
Broly.
Yep.
And then Gogeta. Gogeta was actually in Raging Blast 1.
And then Dimps doesn't even care. They're like, oh, you want to see? All right, how about like future Gohan teaming up with Blue Goku, like against like an army of like evil Janemba? You're like, oh, okay,
so
like
cool.
Sure.
Like he's about to be Puddlehan again because I think he gets one-shotted by Janemba, but
he actually lasts in that fight a while.
No, I mean, yeah, in the fight I'm talking about canonically. If we're going to go future Gohan, he's getting smoked by Janemba. It's like not even a thing.
I don't understand a prayer.
It's crazy.
Oh, but yeah, so Trey, I agree with this to an extent. The one thing that I have to do with this is like just from. Even though Harada went on that long tangent this week and like had really nothing to do with anything, one thing that shows about it is that like developers really don't have power. It's just like the publishers that are in charge that have no idea about video games or how to make video games or what to do because they're all cross promotions from other lateral moves. They think they're making money, but they're really shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, man.
Just like I'll tell you from working in retail, like Rich and I have both worked in GameStop before, and you get like a new DM, and you're like, so what do they know about games? And they're like, oh, we don't know. They were like district manager at like Walgreens for like 10 years, so they just moved. And that's like always what they do. It's always lateral moves.
Yeah. So true.
I'm waiting to things start so I can full screen this, but they don't have the full screen option until it like starts, so I gotta wait.
Oh, good.
Everyone in the comments on the Bandai Namco like stream is like screaming about GT.
Yeah, like it is kind of heartening to see like this much praise for GT because we didn't used to see that.
It seems like the tides have turned.
I think people started to miss it. Like it's kind of like a you don't know what you have until it's gone kind of thing. I mean, I know we've had it in Xenoverse 1 and 2, but for the most part.
I've been playing Xenoverse 2, the DLC, and I'm like, Xenoverse actually did a decent job of having a ton of GT stuff in there. Like they did a really good job with it. I mean, I wasn't too happy about having Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as like a pre-order bonus for Xenoverse 1, but I mean, it got me to pre-order it. So
yeah, I mean, no. I'm a person that tends to pre-order, especially games that I really want. So
yeah, and I'm the dumbass that pre-orders the $110 versions every time too, and then I'm like, oh yay, Jump Force, and oh yay, Connection.
I agree, Mr. House. Super 17 is always one of my mains. That's why
I put them up there.
If he didn't make the base roster.
This might be a little bit of a hot take because Raging Blast 2 is like decent, but like I don't like how the visuals changed. I don't like that there's no story mode, and I also don't like that there still wasn't GT. So, as much of a good game that Raging Blast 2 is, I don't think I put it up there as one of my favorites. Like, my favorite's probably Infinite World, like, hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah.
I do really like Raging Blast 2. I just don't know because
I like Raging Blast 1 more.
Well,
I do like 1 more.
Favorites. Yeah, Raging Blast 2 is definitely like the last really good Dragon Ball game before at least Xenoverse, I would say. After Raging Blast 2, things got rough.
Yeah, I think Xenoverse 2 is up there with me for probably it's in my top 3. Like, I like Tenkaichi 2 a lot too, though. But I like Tenkaichi 2 more than 3 because it's story mode.
Yeah.
But I mean, we all play Tenkaichi 4 now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Especially in your Discord, Afro, you got a lot of modders in there, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of modders, modifications. Got a lot of great guys doing some amazing things from like Raging Blast team, Xenoverse team, pretty much the whole 9 yard, man. And we're already got some things kind of cooking up in the major things. I can't give out any details right now, but just know we got something cooking, man. Something's gonna be amazing. I'm excited for Sparking Zero. I kind of already know what's expected for. I'm just ready for the newest nostalgia that we're gonna be cooking up.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it too. I'm just a little cautious and wary. Yeah, Rock. Of course, I still play it on my PS2. I'm not gonna play it on something else. That's not something I emulate. Like, I want to play the disc of that. But
yeah,
I am excited for it. It's just like what they're not showing me is like really getting me nervous because it's like I said, like everyone's like, oh, GT's a shoo-in because Sean Schemmel said this one thing. I'm like, yeah, cool, I get it. Like, but he also says a lot of stuff, and like they could have recorded voice lines that like they don't use in the game, or they're planning for DLC, or might even be for a sequel. Like, you don't even know. But I'm not saying that it's like I've stuck my neck out there too many times and being like, I 100% think this is going to get in, and then I get like disappointed, especially with Spike Chunsoft, because like we were talking about earlier, like none of their games recently has really included GT at all, except for the little tiny inclusion in they made Connect also, didn't they?
Yeah,
so
that was the
no
first
GT
game to play Super Saiyan Bardock.
Yeah, so there's no GT in that either. There's no GT in Raging Blast 2. There's only 2 characters in Ultimate Tenkaichi, none in Zenkai Battle Royale, none in Jump Force, and none in Connect. And those are all Spike Chunsoft games with Dragon Ball characters.
Well, I mean, I guess to be fair, with Jump Force and J-Stars, like that was only manga stuff.
Honestly, stuff.
Well, they can use the Dragon Ball Heroes manga. Give us Xeno Super Saiyan Core.
That's a good point. I think the heartbreaking thing is, it's just that I just feel like if GT and movies don't make the base roster, it just feels like going forward, they're just going to be DLC all the time. Like, if they can't make a 164 character roster, that's what it just feels like. That's just so upsetting.
I know, and we're getting like later and later into like the lifespan of being like, is Xenoverse 3 ever going to happen? Like, it's like hard to think that it is going to happen unless they bring back the show in a big way and Super comes back, and then we actually get like Moro and Granola and like Gas and all the pirates and stuff. Then there's a possibility, but right now they've already gone through like the gambit.
For real.
Just threw them a letter.
I'm not gonna lie though. Do you guys think that we'll possibly get Moro and Gas? You know, basically just the pirate saga.
No,
just in general.
I don't
know because
so.
Sparking Zero doesn't. They only add anime stuff. They don't add anything from the manga. You might get hints of manga stuff, like
right?
You might get like they're not allowed to. It's different licensing. They might get like moves and stuff like that are like nods towards it because that's not like registered right stuff. But we're not going to get characters.
That's
sure. Here we go.
All right,
here we go. Let's go. Oh, I'm excited for this.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Yeah, it's exciting not really knowing what exactly to expect this time.
It's going to be Pan from Dragon Ball Superhero.
The only superhero character in the base roster. GT Zarbon. That's what they're going to put in.
Better be Devilman. Team Devilman in the chat.
Team Devilman, that's good.
Ooh. All right, come on, Bandy Nampi. Show us some good stuff.
3, 2, 1. Go.
the grid.
Looks like they're adding the other characters.
Vegeta, let's do this! I am Super Vegeta!
Now they're Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Challenge accepted. Come at me!
Jiren with his shirt on.
Wow, that kind of stung!
Oh, okay.
Justice is absolute. Everybody.
Sword versus fist. Huh?
So, you're my opponent, huh?
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
nobody cares about that.
Yep. Swords versus fists.
I mean, I guess I expected her with Cocoon,
You
so.
are very good. I'll help
Oh,
you,
yay.
Rosie. You are powerless before my love.
After all this, you really think I'll surrender?
That was sad.
And they brought up a themed one.
Oh, my
You gotta
God.
turn it over.
Oh, my God. Why?
Joe, we knew it was happening. He's been in every Tenkaichi game.
Definitely needed.
I mean, Scope is fine as long as Yamu's not there and he's part of the character. That Deborah looks clean.
All right, cool. I'll take that.
We already knew Mr. Satan's been in, so. Look at his face.
Oh, my God.
Go, Dave.
Oh, Randy Laza.
I knew
All right.
that. I knew
I'll
that.
take him. At least we got a giant character.
I'm the king.
I really wanted some giant characters, like more.
Who the guy?
Yeah, give me Rudigarn for real.
Something about this feels completely different. I think I'm slowly starting to get the hang of this. Once I
Yay.
defeat you, I shall achieve the very
All right.
pinnacle.
And Rose.
And now,
I still refuse to say Rose. I never will. It's Rose.
not bad.
Like,
Of course, we gotta wait
time,
the
bro.
spot with basic Ultra Instinct.
They can't. Rejoice and praise be. Together, we shall achieve the very pinnacle of radiance. Let the wrath of God sink in. This is the end for you.
Trey, I don't know if you sent me a super chat. I think you did, but I'm not sure. I have a highlighted one like here, but I'm not sure if that came with a super chat because it didn't tell me any monetary value if it did.
Yeah.
All right, at least show us who that last playable character is, please. The game's coming out in like 3 months, bro. No, of course not. Nope. Give us another trailer. Oh, did you go Algaltier again? Nice, thank you. I appreciate it. Algaltier is my memberships. Is that it? There's not talking or anything? That's it.
That was it? Oh,
That's it.
wow.
That was it.
That was it. Wow, that is insane. I'm mind blown at this time, but I felt like everything I said before I got on here was accurate at this point.
Yeah.
They're just teasing us, man. It's like they dib and dab us, man. They give us like this nacho. They give us this little bit of nacho cheese, and it's like, yeah, get a little taste of that. You just want a little bit more information on how you made it.
Like, Mr. Howe, I'm not trying to be like all rude about this, but it's like, how could it have been better? We got like one new character basically. Like, we got Spopovich and Yajirobe, which nobody gives two shits about. Deborah, who has to be there for the story.
I have no idea, man. And then we got Vegito Z, which I thought we were going to get Gogito, but apparently he's probably
I got
not.
kind of excited. I thought for a second maybe they were doing
His neck code is
Gogeta
probably a little bit off.
Gogeta.
Not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
See, what I'm depressed about is that this would have been the perfect trailer to show Janemba, and they didn't.
We're also the sword. That's right, because it was like
Yep.
fist versus sword.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fist or sword. I
Well,
thought
actually-
it would have been like that Janemba versus Gogeta type vibe. I was praying for that. I don't know what happened, but that's crazy.
It's funny because I predicted I sort of predicted this theme of a trailer, but not with this selection of characters.
Yeah, I don't. If they would have given us two back to back, then like I would have been like, okay, fine. But like two trailers, but even like you're saying that they still have not shown any movie characters at all, or
yeah, like what the hell?
GT at all. Just OVA, Super, and Dragon Ball Z. That's it.
How are you going to put Spopovich in a game but not Cooler? Like, come on.
That's crazy.
I'm speechless.
I'm speechless, man. I'm at this point. Am I playing a remake of Zenkai Battle Royale, or am I Seems almost.
Chi-Chi was actually in Tenkaichi 3, and she was also, wasn't she in Super Dragon Ball Z too?
Yeah, it was a teen or adult Chi-Chi was in that.
And Dragon Ball Super, that game was actually underrated. It was actually a very good arcade game.
Yeah, I got it. It's a little annoying with the Street Fighter kind of stuff, but
yeah. But if you're like a really good Street Fighter mechanic type of guy, you good with the arcade stick.
Oh, I like it. I always meme on that game because it's my favorite thing. Like, I pre-ordered it, and when I got it on the back, it's like, for the first time ever, Cyborg Frieza, and it's like, you get like 3 or 4 games, bro.
Hey, that's crazy. You think we're gonna get Mecha Frieza for this game?
It's like Mecha Frieza with like a giant cannon on his arm, I guess, that you have to customize it with. There's like.
Some of my only copium for like Cooler is the fact that they haven't shown Frost and they haven't shown Mecha Frieza or Frieza's other forms yet. They could show him with Cooler.
But now I'm starting to think, bro, that they're all of the movie characters, all of Dragon Ball, and all of GT are gonna be force fed to us through hopefully DLC. I don't want to see no Battle Pass mess. That's one thing I don't want to see.
We're gonna have to wait so long.
I know. I'm gonna be like 45 by the time I get to play a Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
We gotta get through Daima characters. I'm sorry, I just don't really care that much about the Daima characters.
I don't either. Like, I know that like it's gonna be interesting, and it's the last thing that Toriyama like worked on, and like that's cool. But I'd be more excited if they added like Beelzebub and like his dad that looks almost exactly like Deborah. If they gave us those characters, you know.
Yeah, I would prefer it too.
I would be like, that's kind of cool, but because they've never really done like anything like that cross promotionally, except for like Arale, which he was in Dragon Ball, so I guess it's like a cheat. But Toriyama, no offense, we're still not gonna watch Dr. Slump. Sorry, that show's not that good. You can chase me around with a poop stick all you want. Like I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I might think Daima's a great show. That doesn't mean I want to play as kid like Bulma more than like. I don't know, like Baby Vegeta or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, the animation team is working on One Piece a lot right now, so like that is where they're like focused. So I can see this being as like a filler thing, not so much a filler, but like something more friendly to keep people invested, and especially get new younger generations into the show, and then give us like Super 2 or whatever. I mean, Shad keeps telling me he doesn't even know if Super's going to come back, and I'm like, I hope that it does, because like the most interesting parts of Super is the stuff we haven't seen yet. Like, I honestly, Tournament of Power was like cool. We get to see Ultra Instinct and like Kefla, but like beyond that, it was like everything I thought was interesting is like in the Granola and Moro arc, and like the pirates and all that stuff. And Black Frieza, like we're gonna get Black Frieza in a game with like PS7 when I'm like 79. I'll be on like Social Security buying that game at GameStop. Well, GameStop won't be around then. What am I talking about? I'll be buying it at like online somewhere.
Yeah, it's order it online.
I'll be still trying to get physical copies, so I'll be like in the wire down at the corner trying to like get somebody to give me a physical copy of Dragon Ball for like $6,000. Yeah, that's.
It would be cool if I won for Soul Calibur 4.
I'm not reading. Sorry, Rock. I'm not talking about Soul Calibur at all in this stream. We're venting about
Hercule versus Deborah. This is gonna do.
See, like that would have been the friggin' Janemba could have fought Deborah or Anilaza, and that would have been so cool. And they flat out did not do that. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, the game's
why is Spike like this?
Oh, I don't
like
know.
Spike...
Man, I think Spike is all like, bro. It's all about Mr. Satan, man. Like, I think he's gonna be the hero of the power arc.
Like, he can't even fly. His daughter can fly. He gets cooked, bro. I don't know. I am really trying hard to keep my composure and be like still excited, but they make it so hard for us to be like. All you see in the Bandai Namco live stream chat is like, let me see if wonder if I can actually go back. I don't want to share the screen yet, but every single comment that's on that stream, chat is disabled. Okay, they finished it. Okay, so yeah, let me cut that out. Okay, so everybody was like saying GT, 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 GT in the chat. That's all it was about was GT. Of course, you got like some trolls that are like, Super's better than GT. It's like, okay, when, bro? Like, they when they're retelling the Frieza saga or the Cell saga or the Android saga again for the billionth time.
I like Super and GT like around the same, but I think there's a lot more characters I overall like from GT though.
I like Dragon Ball GT more because of like the air that it goes for. Like Dragon Ball Super is just like, let's give them the coolest fights that we can give them without any character growth or story or anything like that, because that's what people want to see. And GT was like, let's go back with like the mystique and the adventure of Dragon Ball and work our way into like the, you know, the hot battle actions and stuff, which, you know, it didn't work out all the time, but it's better than like just like, let's give Goku 15,000 different hair colors and say their power-ups. And, you know, there's a lot about Super that annoys the crap out of me.
I think it got better later on. Like, I think I liked it a lot more with the Goku Black arc and onward.
The Goku Black arc started strong, but it ended better in the manga. Like, whole, like, I'm a bunch of Zamask, like, fart clouds in the sky that Zeno has to, like, eradicate was stupid. Like, Trunks should have cooked him then with the Spirit Bomb Sword of Hope crap, and Vegito should have cooked him. So I don't understand why that even, like, happened the way it did in the anime, but... I mean, I'm not gonna just throw nothing but shade. Like, I'm still excited for the game. Like, there's a lot to it that, like... yeah, for real, Trey. I don't know.
I think personally, they just need to come. I would just like to know how are these mechanics going to be, how is this netcode going to be placed. I'm just morally based on the netcode and how the online is per se.
You're breaking up a little bit, Afro.
Oh, my bad. I think personally, I'm just really kind of just want to know what the netcode is going to be like. You know, I would really hope to say that they find a way to have every character to comply to the game, because I feel like maybe GT will be on a holdback just because, you know, I don't think every character can be able to register to every character, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
It's
like a power level wise.
It's just like how the game is played. Every character is usually coded in like during the stages, so every character in the stage is coded differently. And so let's say there's a power attack.
You gotta move closer again, Afro, buddy. You're breaking up again.
Let's just say if I threw a Spirit Bomb at you, it might not connect.
Yeah, I get that. I just think that like they did a lot more ass pullery in the end of Super stuff than they did in the manga. The manga did have time to get it right, obviously, and they rushed with the anime. But
well, I could tell you their main focus is. I understand why they're putting out Super. They're honestly putting out Super because, you know, they got this young Generation Z. You know, they didn't. Really
well, Generation Z are in like their 20s, so you mean like Gen Alpha?
Yeah, like Gen Alpha. So, you know, the younger generations, you know, this is kind of like their timeline of getting to experience Dragon Ball. So, you know, it's,
give me back my Super Saiyan.
Exactly.
The thing is, here's my thing though. Like, are some of these people really asking for like these obscure like super characters or all these variations? Like more than like I figured, you know, just from osmosis, like they would at least know who like some of the movie villains are, who like some of the GT characters are.
Exactly. I think personally it's just more like, well, at the same time we gotta respect our OG fans for what they want, but at the same time we have to also favor our new welcomings, our newborns, that we have achieved during Dragon Ball Super. We have to keep those entertained because at the same time these kids are in school and they really love Super, and Ultra Instinct is like our Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I mean, like, I still found Super Saiyan 4 hype, and I grew up with original Dragon Ball.
Exactly.
So
I just don't understand why they can't just give us like 5 or 6 characters from GT in movies. That's what I don't
Exactly, man. That's exactly what we need.
or just show one so that we know that they're thinking about having them in the game. Because the problem is they're not saying anything. And I posted the Sean Schemmel clip like before a lot of people did, and I don't really see him saying anything in there that like confirms like Super Saiyan 4. People don't know what confirmation is. But
I really would rather they just be transparent and just tell us up front, like, look, it's in the game, it's not in the game. Like, I understand the reason they don't. Like, but it's just like, at this point, like, come on, just strip the Band-Aid off.
That's right. Like Shot said, all we need is confirmation. If the producers came out in a live stream for the next live stream, right? And they said, like, all right, here's the next trailer. And then just to let you know, like, this is not all we're showing. Before then, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff that's coming. Like, you're going to see GT and movies and everything that you want to see is coming back. Like, this is going to be the best Tenkaichi ever. We're going to be like, all right, cool. Now we have stuff to look forward to. But they're just like, nah, here's Spofovich, bro. Here's Yajirobe. It's like, bruh.
Like, yeah, like I have to say, I'm sure that I don't know if the newer fans are asking for Spofovich over like, you know, Omega Shenron or something. But you know, I think they're just unfortunately prioritizing the canon stuff. It just seems like it.
Well, GT's canon now, remember. It's officially canon now, according to Shueisha, so we can't even say non-canon anymore. It doesn't fit within the timeline of Super, because it's an alternate reality, but they put it on their official timeline. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, there's so much more that they still have to add than what they've shown. Like, there's still a lot of Z that hasn't shown up yet. We haven't seen any of the forms of Frieza. Like, hardly. We haven't seen hardly any of the forms of Cell or Boo. You know what I mean? Like, there's still all that.
Especially. We've only seen that, though.
Yeah. I think some of Dragon Ball Z's best content, like how you said, was OVAs and movies.
Because OVAs are actually part of the same. Man. OVAs are part of the same license that the anime is. Yeah. So if you're talking about anime, the OVA technically counts with the anime, not with movies.
Okay,
That's why they're original video adaptations. It just means that it's like anime that's not part of the manga. That's all that means. But the movies themselves have a different licensing structure because that's straight up Toei. So you need Toei, you need like because the manga you need Shueisha. Shueisha owns all of it, the whole shebang. So you need for the manga you need Shueisha, and then you need Weekly Shonen Jump to sign on because they own distribution rights. And then when it comes to the anime, you need Toei also. And then the animation, they need the distribution studios involved also. So you need like Funimation and you need all the smaller distribution stuff. So it's like a mess.
And bingo! You just said it.
Yeah.
You just said it, man. Like, yeah, man.
I mean, I guess at least like Sweet Baby Ink's not like writing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's like one thing that I can
every Sparking Zero when Spike Tunes basically came out with it, V-Jump and all these guys are just like poking at him like, so where's my share? Am I gonna get a eat at the table too?
Yeah, I mean, even them drip feeding us is like purposeful. Like them saying like let them cook, like we'll give them GT when we give them GT. They're still gonna buy it regardless. Like what we're complaining or bitching about right now. You know, we're not gonna be like, oh, we want to play GT, so therefore we're boycotting the game even when GT comes out. You know, it's not gonna happen. It's not realistic, and they know about marketing, so they're much smarter than. Yeah, Raditz has been shown like since the first trailer, bro. He's like,
yeah, they're very good at marketing.
He was shown at the Summer Game Fest.
You literally see him get blasted in like first person mode. So, which I'm glad because Yusuke is my boy. So you got to bring back Yusuke.
You got to bring back Yusuke. Yusuke.
Yeah, Rich always gets mad at me because I tell him that like my ears are so like definitive when it comes to voice acting that like I just hear them as like one role and then that's it forever. So I'm just like whenever I hear like Ichigo Kurosaki like talk, I'm like, oh, what's up, Black Ranger? You know what I mean? Like I don't see Broly, I don't see like Ichigo, I see like I'm a frog. You know what I mean? It's like I hear the one voice like forever. I don't know, man. So I guess like they could be giving us more. Why did they give us this random trailer like this though? Because this is like one of the first of all they did show the grid at the end. Okay, they did show the grid, but why are they just randomly putting this out without any like preempt, because before they at least gave us like preempt, like they were talking and like it was a whole thing.
Maybe there's just not much more to say at this point because the game was, they were still trying to talk about like mechanics for the game, and because now a lot of people have demoed the game and got their hands on it.
Yeah, but everyone and their mom has seen it because they gave it to like the most popular YouTubers that cover Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I've purposely not watched the story stuff because I don't want to be spoiled. Like, I know people were showing, like, the what-if stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like, I want to experience that when I'm playing it. People ask me, like, on Discord and stuff, too. They're like, oh, why didn't you show that? I'm like, because I don't want to be spoiled. Like, I want to play the game.
Yeah, man. You don't want to be disappointed by any means because I'm not going to lie. This game could possibly...
It has the potential to be the greatest Dragon Ball Z game of all time.
It has the potential to be the greatest game. It's like a Gohan. It's like a Gohan. Yeah. It's a Gohan.
Or it could be another. It could be another Budokai 2. It could be another Tenkaichi 1. It could be another Ultimate Tenkaichi. It's like you have the stuff there, but like you didn't give us what like we thought we were gonna get, and it's
like
our expectations, but they know their expectations.
Yeah. What's frustrating is that it can. I think it definitely can be a really good game. It just that makes it even more frustrating that they're not including a lot of these characters from like GT and the movies and all that.
And some people, the people out there that are like, oh well, nobody cares about GT. GT doesn't matter. What was the first official licensed game to come to America? What was the first fucking one? It was Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. It was literally the very first game that we get in the West. We get Super Saiyan 4. So I don't want to hear any of that nonsense about like, oh, they're focused on Super, so they gotta show Super. It's like Dragon Ball GT wasn't even on the air in America until like what, 2000 or 99?
2004.
Yeah, 2004, and that shit was over in 97. So it's like I don't understand I'm getting heated.
I think it's really frustrating too because it's like you hear one side that like hates GT. And the other side that like, oh, GT's too popular to put in the base roster. They gotta have it be DLC. So it's like, which is it?
I know, for real. And it's like, how do we even make content out of this? It's like, get hype, guys. Let's show Spofovich on the thumbnail. Like, people are gonna go wild for Yajirobe.
Yeah, like, oh, that's really frustrating.
And why are we 3 months out from the game coming out and they still haven't showed us who the secret like character is? They still haven't showed us that. Like, why? They showed Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta pre-order bonus like super early. And he wasn't early unlocked. He was actually DLC. Unlike Broly and Gogeta. By the way, I love that, where they're like 6 extra characters. I'm like, you mean 2? Like, it's Gogeta and Broly. Like, where's this 6 coming from? I don't know. We'll be apparently getting Daima before we get GT. I mean, a lot of people are also like, bro, they haven't even showed off like half the characters yet. Calm down, blah, blah. First of all, they've showed like over 100 characters at this point out of the 164. So,
yeah, we are getting there.
Yeah,
hold on. I'm gonna try to look at that trailer and just see what the just want to see what the grid looks like after all.
Do you have the ability to share it on screen?
Was that? Oh wait, I maybe can. Hold on.
I think you can. I think I gave you privileges.
All right. Well, all right,
and then just blow it up to full screen because like they did add some characters to it, but it's not a lot. And thanks for joining, Afro. We'll probably get going a little bit soon after this. So I'll probably make this go to like maximum an hour.
Okay, cool. You guys see that?
No, I gotta add them.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I already see it. It's so crazy, bro. This game is so wild, bro.
But do you see like not many spaces are left, and they still have a ton of stuff they got to add from Z and Super?
Yeah, it's like we're playing Dragon Ball.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I love how Yajirobe's down here below Jiren. Like, we know that I don't think the trio is going to be in this. I think they're just going to be in Bergamo's ult. I don't think they're going to have, like, 2 separate characters for them. But, we got 2 Master Roshis, bro. Do we need 2?
Yeah, there's actually been, at least on this picture, there's 100 characters revealed and 64 left.
And it might be 101 because if Chaozu's playable, they showed him in the Summer Games Fest, but he's not on the grid.
I didn't see Chaozu.
They showed Chaozu in the back of one of the custom battle matches.
Oh, okay. Actually, people actually said they saw Kid Goku as well.
No, that was like a little tiny, like hardly can see it, blink and you miss it, like blurry ass little image that was like part of the images flying up from like the show. And we also already know that like Goku with the Power Bowl is like literally like a pre-order bonus like costume, so it could have been that.
They definitely did add all the characters they showed from Summer Game Fest though.
Yeah. And like Shah just said, there's no Ginyu Force yet. There's no Zarbon and Dodoria. There's no Cell other forms, Frieza other forms, Boo other forms. If they have Spopovich, then you know we're going into like I don't know. I think like this is going to be Super the game. They're focusing way heavy on Super instead of Z even. But so now we have all
Spopovich. We should get PyCon. Goddammit.
Yeah, but he's a movie character. He's not. Well,
I mean, he appeared first in the show, though.
Yeah, he was in the filler arc first, right? So they can definitely add him. I don't know.
I guess hopefully Super Saiyan Bardock can be like. There's two spots there.
Yeah, we should, Shot. I don't think any of us disagree with you with that. The placement doesn't matter because the places are like messed up.
Well, some of them make sense and then other ones don't. It's weird. Like all the like Rubber Band's crew are all together. Weirdly enough.
Yeah, they're all like up here. Yeah. The weird thing that I was like saying is like they keep on saying this is a sequel and it's like a direct sequel to Tenkaichi 3, but like half the roster of Tenkaichi 3 is not here. And I'm sorry.
I think they should have just said it's a reboot, really.
And I'm sorry. People keep on like saying like there's a lot of spaces left. There's not. Like you're smoking crack. Like there's literally not. 64 spaces.
We should get like King Cold and King Vegeta at least. I actually care about them kind of.
64 sounds like a lot, right? But when you think about like who's going to be in just from Dragon Ball Superhero, that's 11 characters. Like just from that, which we know is DLC.
My only other kind of form of copium is that, like, again, they've showed a lot of the heavy hitters, and you would kind of think you'd like to show something a little, like, shocking and big, like, for the end. That's, like, the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, I mean...
I was shocked. I'm not going to lie to you. The whole sword and fist just kind of threw me off.
Get close to the mic, Afro.
I said, I'm not going to lie, it kind of threw me off. The whole little sword and fist, as far as, like, I would have thought they would have showed Tapion, Hirudegan, and,
that would have been a good trailer for Tapion.
Janemba, and Z of Gogeta instead of Vegito Z. I was completely thrown off. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying I don't think movies or GT are going to be base at all. I don't think we're getting any movies or any GT in the base roster. I really don't. I think it's all going to be DLC.
Yeah, DLC probably more than likely.
I just think it's one of the dumbest roster ideas, if that's the case, in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, the first DLC was going to be Super. Second DLC will be movies. The third will be. I'm not sure what the third will be, but I know for a fact. I know for a fact that the DLC 4 is going to be G2.
Well, see, we say fact, but there's other characters from original Dragon Ball that are missing too, and like all of these characters that you've seen in Sparking Zero.
That's what I thought. DLC 3 will be Dragon Ball.
But listen, Afro, because all of these characters are just up-res polygonal same versions that they were in Tenkaichi 3. Like if you do side-by-side gameplay, they're the exact same models. They're just up-res with more polygons. So like
you said it.
So they already have the base models for like all those like Arale, Devilman, General. What was it? General Black was it?
You said it, man.
Yeah, like all the
you are on point.
King Vegeta, like King Cold, like all of those characters, like
General Blue.
General Blue, Nam, Pilaf Gang. There's like so many characters that like they still need to add from GT. So from Dragon Ball. So we got OG, we got movies.
Yep. You got Emperor Pilaf. You got what do you got?
Even
you got King Piccolo.
They have everybody from the movies too. We're talking about like General Wheeler. I mean Dr. Wheeler. We're talking about like Garlic and the Spice Boys. We're talking about like Cooler's Armored Squadron. Like literally all those characters. Like even Bardock's whole crew, and then all their Great Ape forms, and then like all that stuff.
Yep. Don't forget Super Android 13.
Oh, I can't forget the Ballbuster, bro.
Yep.
Unless they pull like a Xenoverse and we actually don't get Super 13 and we just get the Hellbilly one.
Yo,
that was a little frustrating.
We cannot do that. We gotta have the transformation. That's honestly why. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, that's why, bro.
I'm hoping that in Xenoverse's Future Saga Part 2 that we get some of those missing forms as supervillain versions. So we get like supervillain Super 13, right?
Well,
I mean,
if you want my honest opinion,
Z Broly's missing form.
Yeah, that's honestly why, bro. You just said it. I mean, honestly, I tell you the truth. The reason why these guys have not came out with these movies and GT is because, dude, transformations, man. Dude, the movies are literally built off transformations. Like, if you ever go back to the OVAs, Cooler had an amazing transformation. Super 13 had an amazing transformation. Hirudegan had an amazing transformation. Janemba had an amazing transformation. All these guys have unique transformations that take time.
Yeah, I mean, well, it does take time, and it also doesn't because, like I said, their models are already there. Yeah. So they're not going to change their movesets that much. They're just like taking some stuff from Raging Blast and mixing it in with their Tenkaichi 3, like their models already.
You said it.
And anybody that like Shad's a game developer, and like you got mods in your group and stuff, and everybody knows that like you can clearly see it's the same frames. They're just up-res with more polygons. Like that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It may look shinier, but it's not a new package at all. So that the fact that they're calling this like the Ultimate Tenkaichi game or like a true sequel to 3 is what's irritating me. It's the lack of transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I'm looking at the grid. I noticed with like fusions, they tend to put them between the characters that they're fusions of, and between End of Z Vegeta, so the Super Saiyan 1 or 2, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, End of Z Goku.
Where Fat
there is one more spot that could technically be Super Saiyan Gogeta from Fusion Reborn. Might not be, but it's an observation.
He does have different moves, but then like the regular Super Saiyan Gogeta from...
I don't think Super Saiyan Gogeta, I didn't see his full moveset. I don't know if he has Stardust Breaker, and that's kind of a pretty iconic Gogeta move.
Yeah.
Even though he did it in the Broly movie, so I'm a little surprised that he doesn't.
I am so shocked. That was a mind twist. I honestly thought I was going to see Gogeta and Janemba. I'm not gonna lie, that was the high anticipated.
I mean, if they took a page from their own book from Raging Blast and let us just like use the character and then add what supers we wanted to them, it would be a lot better than giving us a different freaking character roster for like every little thing.
Exactly. I agree. I think that going back to that's something Raging Blast did better than Tenkaichi. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I agree.
I think also maybe a couple of things from Ultimate Tenkaichi has not been fully utilized. Like some of the bigger characters, like the frames for the characters, like Hirudegan. I think Hirudegan is something that is not anticipated, but it should be highly anticipated.
Well, it should be since they made such an emphasis on Giants returning.
Exactly.
That's another thing I was going to say too.
You just said it, Mook. You just said it, man.
If they're going to have Giants, like if they're not going to have movie and GT, like you're kind of eliminating a lot of the Giant roster.
I mean, we're just scared.
Yeah, movies has a lot of them. You get like Lord Slug, you get Dr. Wheeler, you get Hirudegan, both forms. Yeah, Metacooler.
And then GT, you get Great Ape Baby.
Great Ape Baby, one of the most iconic villains of all time, like in Dragon Ball. Which is the main villain, by the way, of Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, the first game that ever came to the West. And
so far, we only got 2 Giants, Super Great Ape Vegeta, and then my boy Anilaza.
Yeah, I mean, Anilaza's cool, but then, like, what are we going to get? Like, are they going to do a Giants trailer where it's just like, Here's Turles Great Ape. Here's Gohan Great Ape. Here's
Oh my
Goku
God.
Great Ape.
They
Here's
only
Nappa
have Great Ape
Here's
Turles.
Vegeta
They don't
Great
have
Ape.
regular Turles. I would. Oh,
That'd be wild.
That'd be wild.
Like I said, like you look at this grid and you see a lot of spots. If you organize all these to the top, it's like you see where like end of Z Vegeta is. Like next to the end of Z Vegeta, like on the same line where Fat Boo is underneath Mr. Satan. That whole line would be full of characters all the way up. Those 3 lines down would be what we have left, which isn't a lot.
actually, you know what? I also just realized there's 2 characters missing that are definitely confirmed. I think Dr. Gero.
Oh, that's right, Dr. Gero.
Super Saiyan 1 or 2 adult Gohan.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't
did they
forget
have
Great
Great Saiyaman on here?
Oh, shit. I don't think they do. Okay, so that's 3.
Yeah, I don't think they added the Summer Games Fest characters.
Yeah.
And then don't forget there's Ultimate Gohan. So there's another slot.
Well, yeah, he's mostly assumed. I'm just saying of characters that were like, I guess officially
In
revealed
Super
in some
Games Fest,
capacity.
yeah.
So I guess that would be 61 characters left. And I guess 60 if you want to throw Chaozu in there.
Yeah. Which again sounds like a lot, but when you get like
it adds up.
Yeah, if you're like, oh well, they could at least add Goku and Vegeta from GT. All right, so we have GT Goku, we have Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Great Ape GT Goku, Great Ape Golden Ape GT Goku. That's 7 character slots just for Goku.
I keep saying I don't know why we can't just have Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and then just add the rest as DLC.
Yeah, just pull like a pre-Infinite World and like have the end of Z characters transform into Super Saiyan 4. But the problem with that, Rich, is that like they only have 4 directional pad slots for transformation.
Yeah, just have them as separate characters then.
Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, they're not even having Great Saiyaman as a separate character. Like he trains a transformation from like Buu Saga Gohan.
True.
And that's like
I
totally
say have them
different
as separate
character.
characters. Have them as separate characters, then later down the line, add GT Vegeta and GT Super Saiyan GT Vegeta and connect them to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and then do the same thing with GT Kid Goku and his 2 forms. That's what I say they just do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But,
I think we're going to call it here, though, guys. Thank you, everyone that joined the chat. Please go subscribe to Ragaroth. A link to his channel is in the description box down below. I would give you Afros, but he doesn't have one yet. So if you want, hop on my Discord, and I will recommend you go to his Discord, too. I'll send him a link to your Discord profile. But thanks, both of you guys, for joining me for this incredible, amazing reveal of Yajirobe and Spopovich. And I am going to go ice my balls now from that that backdoor pounding that I just received. And yeah, any thoughts are always welcome in the comment section down below, guys. And as I always say, I love it. Thank you. And thank you. Dragon Ball GT. Welcome to the Grand Tour.
Grand Tour.